Hello everyone, amateur meteorologist FirstinWeather here. It is November 22nd, 2018. There's a lot to talk about, so let's get right to it. This is the FV3 GFS model, and as we go through time, we can see this strong area of high pressure right here that's really been giving us that very cold Thanksgiving, record low temperatures in terms of high temperatures and low temperatures. In fact, the Thanksgiving parade was one of the coldest on record, with high temperatures not going above the freezing mark, and this vast area of cold air extends all the way into the mid-Atlantic, upper Midwest, but fortunately for people that don't like winter, this area of high pressure will move out, alright, and then it will be overtaken by this massive weather system right here. You have an area of low pressure right here, draw that for you, and then you also have an area of low pressure right here. Basically this vast area of moisture, and this is going to push away that area of high pressure because it's not connected to those deeper cold air masses in Canada. So as this thing goes to the northeast, this high pressure is going to hightail it out of there, and that basically floods the area with warmth. And so instead of this being an all snow scenario, or mostly snow scenario for the northeast at least, it's going to be mostly to basically all rain, except for the Shenandoah Valley early morning if the storm system can arrive early enough. And so if you go further in time, you can see that it is going to be a pretty significant rain event. You have some pretty moderate to maybe even heavy rains in the interior in the coastal regions of the Northeast, and also in Central Virginia and North Carolina. Rainfall amounts from this will generally be between about 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches, so pretty significant. It's just more rain in an already very rainy year. Now we have this system right here. This has cold air. You can see it's some very heavy snow on the back side of this. These are very heavy snowfall rates, potentially 1 to 2 inches per hour, and the cold air will be locked in place for this area. So this could be a pretty significant snowstorm for areas like northwestern Missouri and Iowa, especially. Let me clear that for you guys real quick. Thing's lagging on me for some reason. Don't know why. There we go. Alright, so if we go into a tighter view on the region, never mind. If we go to the eastern U.S., you can see those really heavy bands of snowfall right there. And if we go further in time, that goes through, and then this basically becomes a cold front. You have your low right here, then you have cold front like this, moves out like this. You just see some rain, warm winds ahead of the cold front pumping in that warm air, so no snow really at all, just some plain old light rain showers, light to moderate rain showers. This is Monday, November 26th. Some snow on the back side of the system, but that's pretty much it. So that just ushers in some cooler air. Alright, and the snow totals from that system, 10-to-1 ratio, pretty significant. Look at that. Obviously this is a bit overplayed. It's not taking into account the melting and it's not taking into account the mixing that could potentially happen. So if you go to the positive snowfall depth change, see if it has that. Nope. Let's go to let's see if it has it now. Nope, still not. Let's go to the NAM real quick. This thing is really laggy on me today. Don't know why, but alright, if we go to the NAM, it also has similar accumulations. Good area of 5 to 8 inches with an isolated area of potentially 8 plus. I think it's definitely overplaying the 13 inches right here. You're not going to see that much. It's going to be a broad 5 to 8 in this area right here, right around here. Alright, and then in this area right here you could see 8 plus inches with those really heavy snow bands. And if we go back to the FV3, and then we go to precip, go back to 12Z. Alright, there we go. Let's go back to that time frame. So now that system slides through. basically a cold front, alright? That slides through. Big trough coming through in the eastern United States. Ridge in the west. Nice classic setup, right? You have cold air coming from Canada. Pretty nice. So it's going to be pretty cold next week. After this weekend, you're going to have temperatures running about 5 to 15 degrees below average in the eastern part of the country. Daytime highs will be in the 30s and 20s for many areas in the upper Midwest and Northeast. And then we go through time. A little bit of a flurry action right here. Not really buying that. It's going to be too dry for any of that stuff to form. As you go through, tries to form a little bit something right here. Nothing. And then get a little bit of a system right here. Nice area of moisture right here that goes south. And then we get this system that gets forced north like this. Alright, floods in the warm air back here. So again, no snow, mostly rain from this system also. And that's been the trend basically this month. And then it just becomes a cold front and it brings snow to the back side of it. And that's really been a trend I've been noticing for the month. So just snow here and then just rain all here. All the cold air basically washed away. That goes through. See this system try to interact with the cold air, the boundary between cold and warm, and that gives a glancing blow or maybe some significant snow to this area. But obviously this is way far out, so you can't really reliably forecast that. But again, it just shows a general pattern, a very unsettled pattern. Ooh, that's not good. It shows a very unsettled pattern for the region. And so you're going to have mostly below average temperatures for the next 3 weeks or so. But the way it's looking like right now, with these systems, every time they come through, they wash away the cold air before they can actually reach the location and provide snow. And that's because the cold air, it's not that direct source of Arctic air, right? It's these troughs that come through, and they are pretty potent troughs, but they're not directly connected. There's not that significant ridging that really locks in that cold air. In fact, you have temperatures below average in the west, and whenever you have below average temperatures in the west and below average temperatures in the east, that cold air is not locked in. Whenever you have like this W shape, more like that, right? The cold air is never going to lock in. So when these systems come to the northeast, alright, they're going to flood the area with warm air, making it all rain here with just some snow on the backside. So I think for the next 3 weeks or so, the real bullseye for snow is going to be in the upper Midwest, something like this. If you want snow, go here. If you don't want snow, go to the northeast and southeast. But if you don't want cold, then I'm sorry, there's nothing really I can do about that. The northeast, mid-Atlantic, and upper Midwest is going to be cold. It's just that the upper Midwest is going to be cold and snowy. Right? There still is some potential for a snowstorm in the eastern United States, northeast, but right now it's just not looking that conducive for any of these for any snowstorm development in the mid-Atlantic. The European model also supports that. This is the European. Not really a nice, deep ridge in the west, and then troughing in the east, connected and bringing in that Arctic air. Yes, you're having very cold air coming in, but you have a trough in the west and a trough in the east, so that cold air is not set in place. It's not locked in. So the cold air just gets washed away, and the European is also exactly saying this. You have cold air. Soon as system comes through, well, where's the cold air? In fact, you even have a little bit of ridging right here, pumping in that warm air, right? So you have those warm southwesterlies, right? So that really isn't conducive for snowstorms, alright? You're going to just mainly see snowy weather in this area. But if you go to the CFS Weekly, go to temperature anomalies, you can see that temperatures are going to be below average, especially in the southeast and northeast, alright? So it's not like we're not going to be seeing cold weather, it's just that the pattern for snowstorms is not looking the best right now. So I feel like for that we're really gonna have to wait. And if you saw my winter forecast, you're gonna see that that's basically what I'm calling for. If you go to GFS real quick, So in my winter forecast, I'm calling for the main bullseye to be right here. Right now it's more like here, so obviously I feel like it's going to be a little further south this winter, but I feel like the bullseye for winter storms is going to be more like this, and that's because of the positive NAO. The cold air won't be locked in place, and that's why I feel like it's going to be locked in right here, and this is where you're going to see those major snows. And I saw a lot of the comments, you guys were disagreeing, giving me pointful tips and why you guys think it's going to be snowy and cold in the southeast, but again, we're seeing it play out right now. We're not seeing that cold air expanding south. We're not seeing that cold air locking in place. We're seeing it coming south. My previous statement was incorrect. It is coming south, but it's not locking in place, and the storm systems are going like this. Let me get the tool for you guys. The storm systems are going like this, and so you're getting warm air flooding this area, but you are seeing some pretty decent snows and stormy weather right here. So that, again, that's why I feel like the bullseye this winter will be here, right? So I feel like these past 3 weeks have only increased my confidence with my winter forecast. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Main summary is below average in the upper Midwest and Northeast for the next 3 weeks or so. There is some potential for some snow in the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, but again, it's minimal. The main potential is in the upper Midwest. We're talking states like Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan. Alright, so that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.